Guys, sorry for being away so long. I had a bunch of crap to do for school, and we're having our floors redone in my house, so I just haven't found the time to really do a tutorial. But nevertheless, I'll try and make one right now. So like I did with the reverse behind the 8-ball and the reverse helix, I'm gonna try and do the regular behind the 8-ball and helix both in this video. I want to say right now that I think that the helix is a bit harder than behind the 8-ball, because tricks that involve doing the same motions as you would with a chaplain, except you're doing it with a roll, is almost always harder, just because with a chaplain you have the blade on the inside of the direction, so it carries momentum better than when you're doing it like out like that, and then it's just kind of sticking out. So let me know what tricks you want me to do next, by the way, because that's helpful. If you want me to do a trick, you should tell me. So we'll just start it right off. So the behind the 8-ball looks like that, and I'll be doing that one first. So let's just get right into it. The most difficult part of both of these tricks is the transition, or at least for me when I was learning it. I don't know about you guys, but for me it was the transition from the index finger to the thumb. So we'll just go over that. I'll try and emphasize that as much as possible. But to start out the trick, you're just going to be holding the safe handle in standard grip. And for those who don't know, the purple one is always the safe handle and the gold one is the bite handle. So you're going to be holding the safe handle in standard grip, and you're just going to do like you do a twirl, but horizontal. So you stick it out, not stick it out, you swing it out. And while you're doing that, you stick your index finger in between the blade and the handle like this. So it's just like if you were to do a twirl, but you're just doing it sideways like that. Flipper vein. So yeah, the first thing you do is swing it out and get your index finger in front of it like this. Then what you're going to do is swing it back onto your index finger. But unlike the twirl where you hold it with the rest of your fingers and then just swing it back, you're going to let go with these 3 fingers and let it wrap around your index finger. So it'll, like if I were to show you, it'd look like this, like that, but it'll be this direction. So yeah, sorry. So it'll be that direction. So it looks like that if you were looking at it from the bottom, but I mean you would transfer to like your thumb. So you've gone out, stuck your index finger in, then you come back, let go with these 3 fingers, and it goes around your index finger. Now, a lot of people have trouble with like 0G chaplains. See, heck, I can't even do like more than 4 or 5 at one time. Okay, I guess I lied, but whatever. That's actually the most I think I've ever done. But it's not really a problem with this since you're only doing 1. It's not even hard to do 1. I can do it like right there. Just so that won't really be a problem. The only thing you have to worry about is the transition. So you've gone out, you come back, you go around your index finger, letting go of these 3 fingers. And so as it comes around, you want to try as hard as possible, and I'll tell you right now, this takes a while to learn. You want to try to get your thumb. Usually, the way people teach you is that you should touch it to your index finger and switch it like that. But what I actually do is I usually have them both like this, and then just kind of take my index finger out. So what you do is it comes around, and you would have your hand normally like this if you were doing just a 0G chaplain, and you're gonna grip it with your thumb on the bottom, and at the same time take out your index finger and just carry the momentum over your thumb. So that whole part just looks like that. I mean, if you can see how I put my thumb in it, like that. And there's sometimes it's kind of like an aerial where I don't even touch it with my thumb. It just kind of slips off my index finger onto my thumb. But when you're learning, you're gonna want to try and hold it get a good grip on it so that you can make sure you got your thumb in there. So you've gone out, come back onto your index finger, and now you're like this. And what you're just gonna do is just kind of swing your hand like this to get it to go over your thumb. And when you do that, you're gonna let go with your index finger, and it's kind of gonna look like this and then this, which is the opposite of the end, which you want to do that. So you look like this, and so you just want to swing it around and go over your thumb. And when you do that, you go over your thumb and it'll come around, and then you want to let it fall into this position right here. This honestly, even when I was learning it, this came naturally. This whole thing, I mean, it comes naturally. I don't know about you guys, but for me, honestly, it came naturally. You just kind of let the momentum of the knife, let it fall into the palm of your hand like this. And so the next motion is gonna be kind of weird. It's like you go around, then grab it, and you go like that. You kind of go like that. So you come around and it's in your hand. And so what you want to do is turn your hand back up while at the same time swinging the knife this way. So it kind of looks like this. And what you want to go is let go with every finger but the very base of your index finger and your thumb, so that you can still have a grip on it. See it like that? And you're going to want to let it swing down, kind of like this. Swing down, and then you're going to keep the momentum going and let it roll over your thumb. And you're gonna finish it just like you would a Y2K, except you got to be careful, because when you finish the move, you're going to be holding the bite handle, so you got to do a wrist pass. I'll talk about that in a sec. So you come down to this position, and you've turned your hand upwards while simultaneously swinging it that way. Let go with your other fingers and let it swing over your thumb. Now, if you haven't already learned the Y2K, honestly, I don't know why you would be watching this video to try to learn behind the 8-ball, because you need to learn the most basic rollover first. So just go and do that. You idiot. Get off this. Go learn the Y2K. Fucktard. So you've done the thumb rollover, and you catch it just like you would a Y2K, but instead you're sideways. So you've caught it with the bite handle. And so instead of just going bam and slamming into your knuckles and bringing it back up, I think that might have actually cut me. But instead of banging it into your knuckles and swinging it back up, what you want to do is do something that's called a wrist pass, which looks like this. So what you're going to do is let it swing forward while simultaneously letting the weight of the knife rotate it downwards. And then what you want to do is give it a quick flick this way while rotating your hand. So like up while you rotate your hand. And you want to open your thumb up as well so you can catch it. So you give it a quick flick up while rotating your hand so that it looks like this. And you'll just catch it. So the whole wrist pass motion looks like this. I suggest to learn this move, you just practice doing wrist passes. Just keep doing them like this. Like, it's pretty much the opposite of a double rollout or a horizontal. You go boom, boom, instead of boom, 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 boom. It's actually better to practice it doing a horizontal and then the wrist pass like this. And then when you feel comfortable, you can try doing it with the bite handle. And then when you feel really comfortable, you can try the whole trick. So, yeah. So that is the end of the Behind the 8-Ball tutorial. Now on to the Helix. And again, if you haven't learned the Y2K, get off here, you idiot. Unless you're just watching to have fun. Then stay here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't cry. I'm sorry. I know you're sad. Don't cry. Don't cry. But, yeah, so on to the, whatever that was. On to the Helix. So the Helix looks like this. And like I said before, it's harder to learn than the Behind the 8-Ball, but it's pretty much the exact same motions as the Behind the 8-Ball, except you just start out with a rollover. So what you do is, You go ahead and do your rollover. You can start holding either the bite handle or the safe handle, but traditionally the Helix is taught using the bite handle first. But I want to warn you, if you start with the bite handle, you will end with the bite handle, and if you start with the safe handle, you'll end with the safe handle. But both of the ways you do it, you're gonna have to deal with doing a wrist pass. Okay? So I'll teach it with the. Oh God! I just pinched my finger. That hurt. So you do your rollover, and then you've come like this, and you don't even have to right now, but you do a wrist pass, because I mean, if you don't, you're just gonna end up looking retarded trying to do a helix. It's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like you're doing this, and that's retarded. So you've come down. You do a wrist pass with only these 3 fingers, while at the same time putting your index finger in front of the handle, just like before for the behind the 8 ball. And just like before, you swing it onto your index finger and let go with your other 3 fingers, and then scoop your thumb in to catch it and transfer the motion to your thumb. But this time, instead of like catching it like this and going around, just doing an infinite loop of chaplains and rollovers, you don't want to do that. Although you could. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Do the rollover, go over the index finger, catch it with your thumb, transfer the momentum, and now this is just the ending of the behind the 8 ball. So you have the bite handle in your hand, so you just swing it forward by letting the weight carry it down, then give it a quick flick up and sideways so that it opens again. And the whole trick should just look like that. So it's just a combination of 3 rollovers. And I would suggest you learn the behind the 8 ball first, because the behind the 8 ball, it's a pretty fundamental trick for a lot of things actually. The Helix is super versatile too, because you can do it with either handle. And there's a lot of variations where people will come, and instead of doing the second rollover immediately, they'll go over the index finger, grab it with their thumb, then do like 2 rollouts, 2 reverse grip rollouts, and then go over like that. So I mean, that would look like that, and then you can do like a shortstop or something. Lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so and then you do the wrist pass just like at the end of the behind the 8 ball, and that's pretty much it for the Helix. Yeah, there's not a lot left to say, so you know, I hope this tutorial helped you. If it didn't, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Have a freaking awesome rest of your day.